set to 12 inches or 1 foot. Just how far what I want. These last ones, I didn't make them perfect circles. That's the best way to keep that flame going, but once you start digging these and putting your plants in them, they don't have to be perfect. This one is a hot mess, but that's because I did it right on the split here, the overlap. I don't recommend that, but the rest of them turned out pretty good. Okay, here's one of the larger sides of my garden. Now I'm gonna start burning. you the end results. You can see my holes. This is crazy. Here's one that I did on the line again, so I'm gonna have to put some staples right there just to hold that in place so the weeds don't take over and so that it looks like two separate holes. But overall, I left this space for my walkway so I can get my wheelbarrows and things like that through there, and all the way up out of this gate that I have here. That's just not together. Over here I have more holes. This is underneath a really big tree in this corner, so it's probably gonna always be messy. I'm gonna take a broom and try to sweep it off as best as I can, or maybe I'll use my mulcher to suck all that up. Look at all these holes, people. This is gonna be full of vegetables. I'm thinking collards, I'm thinking cabbage, I'm thinking corn, I'm thinking pepper plants. This is gonna be the year. This really is. We had a nice rain, so my raised bed got some much needed rain. I know it looks like a bunch of little white specks are in here. That's because I made my own soil this year. Shout out to James Prigioni. I can't think of the name of his channel. I think it's like the garden channel or something like that. All I know is that when he comes on, he's got like mad energy, and he's like, this is James Prigioni coming to you live from Jersey. Him and a little cute dog named Tuck are on there, and he taught me about making my own soil. So I used the free compost that I got, that is free in our city, and then I got some vermiculite, and I also added in some cocoa coir, a third of each. So a third of the soil, a third of the vermiculite, and a third of the cocoa coir. Mixed it in really well, and then I filled my raised beds, at least the top 3 or 4 inches, with just that mixture. The bottom is more just compost from the previous year. I mean, my vegetables do really well in that compost most of the time, but sometimes I don't think it is quite ready for plants. So I think that this medium that he has created, or allowed me to create, will make for perfect plants. The vermiculite is to add and keep soil moisture, instead of it being super dry all the time. The plants have the ability to remove the extra water from the vermiculite, and it's something that never like dissolves or biodegrades in the soil. It will always be there. So I'm excited about that, because that means I don't have to add any more into this raised bed. I might have to add a little bit more compost maybe, but overall this bed should be good, and I'm excited to see what I can get going in there. There's my propane tank. I really burned the color off the tip of that sucker, but I got all these holes done, so no complaints here. My son, he must have dozed off on me, because he didn't come out to help me like he was supposed to. So I have to like check for a little while just to make sure there are no little fires brewing underneath any of these, because I can come outside and all this could be gone. I remember it wasn't last year, but the last time I put this black landscape fabric down, my dad, thank God, he pulled up and he's like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, do you know there's a fire behind you? And right over here in this corner, there literally was a pile of wood, and I had burned a few holes in this exact spot, and I turned around and it was like smoke everywhere behind me, and the wood had caught on fire. I couldn't believe it. I'm so glad he stopped by, because had he not, I would have lost all of that back there. But I ended up having to put like a second patch over it, because it really burnt up. And I think it's because it's got this like nappy layer underneath it. Like, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but it's like a fuzz to kind of help it adhere to the ground. He did not do a good job stapling that part down. But, oh, look, a strawberry. Let's see if it's okay. It's all right. I might leave it for the birdies. So I'm not gonna eat that one. Looks like something I already is munching on it. This one looks good though. Pluck. Look at you. It's small, but they are still super good. Ooh, I love strawberries. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, be prepared. Next, I will be planting all of my plants in here. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the nursery and get some, or if I'm gonna plant seeds. Sometimes I do both. So we'll see. I'm gonna make him, my son, come out here, clean up some of the circles that I had from the first set of holes that I did. This is so sloppy over here, but I don't care. Because all I'm doing is digging the holes and then adding the plants. Nothing else matters. I'm gonna have him come up, clean up a little bit out here, and then I'll buy some plants to plant in the holes, and I will plant some seeds in some of the holes, and we will watch as the garden grows, and we will harvest together. We're also going to find little pests and identify them together if you like. And let me know if you have any questions or need any help. Other than that, I'll catch you later.